And on this video, we're taking a look at Pormido's brand new stereo PRA102. It features a floating screen design and supports wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. This kit also includes a high-definition backup camera to help with parking, as well as universal mounting brackets allowing this stereo to fit many different vehicles. So first I'll show you the contents of this kit, and then I'll walk you through the features of this head unit. And as always, I place a link in the description down below to this stereo if you'd like to get one for yourself. And this unit features a massive 10-inch floating QLED touchscreen, and the head unit is of the double DIN size. And behind the screen on the right hand side, we get dual USB charging ports, memory card bay, and a USB data port. And the back of the unit, we find an aluminum heatsink which also serves as the back cover and quite a bit of inputs. And we get a reverse camera input, front camera input, subwoofer out, video input, 2 video outputs, as well as low-level audio inputs and audio outputs. And the rear camera is waterproof, so it could be mounted outside of the vehicle, and this is the rear camera extension cable. And for mounting the camera, they have included 2 brackets, this one right here and this one right here. Now the first one is a lot more common and allows the camera to be applied to the rear of the vehicle, and this one right here can be used to mount the camera over a license plate. Depending on your application, you might want to use one or the other. And this is the Pormido PRA102. You got date and time information and fairly large icons for ease of use. And there's also shortcuts to commonly used items like the volume, and you can also adjust the volume from right here. If you don't want to use the slider, you can just tap on here. It's going to increment that volume up or down. Now the brightness as far as the screen is automatic, meaning that if this is connected to the car's dimmer, when I turn the headlights on, notice that the screen dims. And when I turn the headlights off, the screen brightens up. But you could also manually control the brightness by tapping on here. That's night use, and then turn off the screen while the music keeps playing in the background. And let's take a look at the radio. Supports AM and FM, and there's a total of 6 presets under FM1. If you need more presets, you can go to FM2 and you get 1 more set. And if you go to FM3, you get 1 more set. So a total of 18 presets that you can set. Now to set them or to change the radio station, you would just tap on here, and then you can just tap on here the radio station that you want to go to. Let's go to 99.1, hit OK. And then if you want to save that preset, all you do is hold down that preset number and it will save that for you. And if you tap here 1 more time, it's going to take you to AM1 and AM2, which again have different presets available for you. And if you put a USB stick on the side, you can go inside of USB and see the pictures, videos, or music on it. And I loaded several pictures on here. Let's take a look at one of them. And I really wish you could set them as your wallpaper. You can't, but you could always display them like this while listening to music, I guess. Let's also listen to the music that's on the USB stick. And I'm gonna go over here to unmute the sound. I'm gonna tap on here. Sound quality is really gonna depend on how good your speakers are. If you're still on stock speakers, I would recommend not blasting these too high because there's enough power on this unit to blow them. It's pretty good sound in my opinion. And probably the most fun part is loading up a video and seeing it in full screen.
It's alright, hanging in there.
Potentially putting a movie or some other video that you may like.
Yeah.
And you can do very similarly if you mount an SD card on the side of the unit. Now, as far as these 3 icons right here, this is if you wanted to only use this for Bluetooth, basically phone calls and music, but you could pair your iPhone for CarPlay or your Android phone for Android Auto. And if you use CarPlay or Android Auto, you can use either one wirelessly. Notice that nothing is hooked up to the unit, and I have full access to all the Android features, including navigation, music, phone, and voice commands. And this vehicle does not have a front camera installed, but this kit, as you saw, does come with a rear camera. And notice what happens when I put the vehicle on reverse. The view switches automatically to the rear camera view, which can be very helpful to back up. Notice how massive of a screen and how good the view is when backing up with the system. Now, when you come to a stop and you pull the vehicle out of reverse, the system switches back to the main screen. And here's the performance of that backup camera at night. And we're looking at high definition 720p, and the video quality is quite good in my opinion. I'm not surprised. Pormido has been doing a lot of dash cams and a lot of backup cameras, so their experience there is definitely helping them in this regard. Now also notice that there is a brightness adjustment right here. This is number 5 right now, but you can bring it up. There's a total of 12 presets on here. 12 is too much for me, that kind of blows it out, and 0 is too dark, so I find 5 is about the most balanced image. And before I show you the advanced options, I want to show you on the next screen these two items, Auto Link and iOS Mirror. Both of them can allow you to mirror your phone screen to this system. For Android devices, you will use the Auto Link app, and once it's connected, you are able to stream literally a copy of your screen to see it on this larger display. Now for iOS devices, you will use the iOS Mirror function. And the wallpaper that you see back here, it is customizable under wallpaper. Now there's only a few choices for wallpapers. That's why I really think they ought to give us the option to be able to add our custom wallpaper via the USB stick on the side. Now let's take a look at some of the advanced functions by going under setup. And there's quite a bit of customization on here. For example, languages, just a ton of languages in here that you can choose from if you wanted to change it from the default one. Here's also where you can change the colors of this portion right here, which is backlit at night. And if you scroll down a little, you'll also will find this reverse guide option. And if you turn this on, notice what happens when I put the vehicle on reverse. Again, the camera view shifts and then we get reverse guidelines. Now the reverse guidelines, unfortunately, are static, meaning that we are not able to customize where they fall without manually adjusting the camera on the back, but they could potentially be helpful to help you avoid the sidewalk. And again, when you put the vehicle back out of reverse, it returns back to the prior screen. And both the front camera and the rear camera support flipping the view horizontally if you wanted to change how that is displayed. I like to leave mine on off by default. And also on panel, you can see that the brightness option is here. You can adjust the brightness up and down. I run mine at max. And on the next tab down, here's where you can fully customize the sound as far as equalizer and sound optimization. You have the ability to add extra bass to your music if you wanted to. Additionally, fine-tune the balance of all the speakers, and then also tell the system what is the primary position and delay for the sound from each one of the speakers. Now for the equalizer, you are able to fully adjust each individual section, but we also get a couple different presets in here to play with. I particularly like rock. And then you also have this loudness option, which can help to make stock speakers sound a little bit better without having to upgrade them, and also a filter adjustment option. And if you go on here, again, it takes you to wallpapers. And if you go to this last one, if you are trying to learn the keys on your steering wheel and you have connected the interface for it, here's where you can do that. But probably the coolest part about a floating screen design like this is being able to adjust the viewing angle side to side, up or down, including tilt adjustment. I never seen anything like this before, including the ability to turn this completely vertical. Now, unfortunately, the icons do not change orientation. It'll be great if they did that for those that want to use this vertically, but my preferred orientation is going to be like this, horizontally. Now, as far as installation, the included harness has all the ends labeled so I know where to connect them to, and they could be connected directly to the car's wiring by splicing those wires, but I prefer to use an adapter cable that connects to the harness that came with the stereo, and then that adapter allows me to connect the stereo to my car's original connector. That way I don't cut any of the original wiring. And the screen can also be separated from the main unit. There are two latches on the back of it, and pulling on those releases the screen, and then there's a single cable that goes to it. Now the screen does not have to be removed for most installs, but it does come in handy to be able to separate it, especially if I wanted to check how the stereo will fit or mount into my vehicle. And on the topic of mounting, on this particular vehicle, which again is a Corolla, I was able to reuse the factory stereo mounting brackets, but the universal brackets do give you a little bit more control as far as how far back or how forward the unit will sit once it's mounted on the dash. So remember, I'll place a link in the description down below to this stereo if you'd like to get one for yourself. And if you guys have any other questions regarding it, please put that in the comments also. If you found any part of this video helpful, make sure you hit the like button to support the channel, and stay tuned as I have a lot more reviews coming up. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.